Hi! Two things that I want to tell you about me. One, I love playing football. And the other thing is I'm a guitarist in bands such as Scritti, Politti, with Dream Themes, and my own band, Bearcraft. Some of those guitar parts are quite fiddly. Love making electronic music. That kind of keyboard and this kind of keyboard, but guitar's always been my main instrument. And when I say it's my main instrument, like if I'm imagining a scale or a chord sequence, I imagine it on guitar. I imagine the fingerings with this hand. And that's where the football bit comes in. Let me take this off to show you. I was playing six-a-side and I thought I'd do my bit in goal, and someone shot and it was a fierce shot and I just managed to get my fingertips to it, and I wish I hadn't. I should have jumped out of the way and the ball just smashed straight through my fingers into the goal. And I looked down at my fingers and I'll show you a picture that I drew in the A&E room, which is the emergency room. This is unlucky, you know, but I feel really lucky because I was looked after. The middle bone in this finger was shattered, and this finger, the tendon snapped. They put me under, gave me some fentanyl, massaged the bone back into place. The surgeon said it was like a jigsaw puzzle, and then they put in these K-wires. I'm going to show you. So this bit's a bit gross if you want to look away. So can you see that? They've stuck those wires into my bones to keep them in place, and they're amazing because I can do this and the bone's on, moving around, and I think that's pretty impressive. I mean, I'm so lucky to be alive now when they can do this stuff. Naturally, being a guitarist, my initial question was like, oh, might this affect my guitar playing? The plastic surgeon before the operation said, it's extremely unlikely you'll have full movement in your fingers as you had before. They were measuring my flexibility, and this one they're quite flexible. I think you musicians, you know, by using your fingers a lot, they get more and more flexible. But this, I can't bend it. The operation went well. Since then it's got infected. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to play guitar like I played it before. Still got this hand. Might learn the trumpet. I think what I'm going to try and do is see if I can play guitar with the other hand. I mean, obviously I will need this for finger picking if I'm doing that, but the fingering should be able to do that. A little while before I broke my finger, I broke my acoustic guitar. I wasn't the last person to touch it before it broke. But it was my responsibility. I put it in a stupid place. I treated myself to this lovely thing, this lag. It hurts. Oops! Just gonna put that in a stupid place. This old beast, I might try and turn this into a left-handed guitar. Firstly, if I'm playing it this way round, this scratch plate should be here. I'm not going to bother with that. That probably needs to be flipped over. And then learn how to play it like this. Stuff like that. Yeah, Beato that talks about trying to play left-handed. And in that he says he reckons it will take about 8 months to learn left-handed guitar if you're a right-handed player. And that's based on the chap who tried to learn how to cycle a reverse bicycle. That took him about 8 months. So I'm going to try and learn quicker than that. Oh, that hurt. Oh, my fault. Okay, I probably still can do power chords if I didn't have broken bones and tendons in the hand. That hurts a bit too much. Oh, let's see if I can do it. The knowledge is there, it's just a case of mirroring it once I've restrung it, and then it will be a case of getting that muscle strength and muscle memory up. So I think it will take less than 8 months. I'm not going to be as good a guitarist with this hand as I was with this hand in 8 months. I'll get 30 years of practice back within 8 months. But let's see. Maybe I'll be better. Maybe I should start trying to teach myself without all the bad habits. It's strung up for a right-handed player. This has fallen off. So that is glued in. All the world's all on and That is crazy. Like, I think that was in A major, but my brain was just... Usually the notes get higher when they go that way, not that way. Don't you think my job's hard enough? The C is just crazy, like my fingers want to... So for some my brain is transposing them across, and the other it's mirroring. Weird, I can hammer, but it's syncing up the picking. Oh no! All this doing major scale practice has meant that I've got the man who sold the world in my head. Oh no! Not me! I never lost control. Your face to face. Plunky with the man. Oh, I am getting there. It's tiring my hand out. Bar chords. Don't have the muscle strength, yeah, like the stamina in the muscles in my hand to hold on to those. Yeah.
Will you not be able to be as good at guitar as you were?
Well, that's what I'm worried about. That's what I'm practicing with my left hand. It's really hard. Like with this, I can easily go. With this, I just can't do it. Ba-da, ba-da, ba-ba-ba. I think I really underestimated how much work your dominant hand is doing on the rhythm side when you play guitar. It's all done subconsciously in this hand. After years of practice, now I've got to rethink it and teach it to this hand. Oh! Oops. And I've been doing about 20 minutes practice a day, maybe a bit longer, just sitting in front of the telly. I'm quite pleased with my progress. It's been a strange process because some chords I want to transpose from my left hand to my right hand, and some chords I want to mirror from my left hand to right hand. So I don't know what's going on there with the way that my brain is moving them onto my right hand. And the other thing that's been quite a shock is just how important your rhythm hand is with guitar. My strums are so much heavier because I'm just going straight down across the strings with my plectrum like that. I don't think I knew how much subtlety is required when you're playing. You're not just going up and down, you're going forward and back as well to reduce how much of a pluck is on each string. And all that, I guess I must have learnt subconsciously through all those years of playing guitar. So I'm having to relearn that. There are so many things that you do subconsciously that you don't really realise that you've learnt. Knowing what I know now, having to teach myself a slightly different way is making me rethink about the way I play guitar. So this is going to be a really useful process, regardless of whether I actually ever get the mobility back in my left hand and can go back to playing right-handed, or whether I have to stick to left-handed guitar from now. I think it's probably quite useful. It's going to be a few more months anyway before I can see whether this will work again, this hand, so I'm going to carry on learning with my left hand and we'll see what happens. So far, I think I can do a scale. Ow! Ah! Oh. Yeah. And the other thing I can do is relatively fluid changes between G and C chord. It's really frustrating. I keep getting quite angry that I can't do the things that I ought to be able to do. But on the other hand, having learnt the guitar before and been through that process of learning it, I'm not overwhelmed by how daunting the task is because I know it's possible. I think, you know, there's that learning curve that people have to go through where the initial excitement eventually gives way to realising how much work is ahead of you, and that can be overwhelming. And although I do feel a bit overwhelmed like that, you know, it's easy to remember I have learnt it before, so I can learn it again. So if you have a similar problem to me with you've injured your hand or something and you're not sure about whether you can go through this, I reckon go for it. It's not been as difficult as I thought it would be, and it's been frustrating, but not really frustrating. Maybe that's the codeine. But anyway, thanks for watching. If you want to keep track of my journey and see if I can actually do this, become a guitarist again, even with broken fingers, then subscribe to the channel. If you think this might help other people who've suffered an injury and they need to relearn, and they might be willing to go along this journey with me, like this video so it reaches a bigger audience. Alright, thanks so much for watching. See you next time. Bye, 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 bye. Bye.